Hello there, fellow Monster Madness ghouls and goblins. You're currently hearing the voice of a girl with no name, and it's here with very, very clear intentions to sound the alarm. Before you listen any further, beware that frightful spoilers and deliciously explicit language lie ahead. For once you find yourself in the midst of those telltale bumps in the night and the haunting howls of host laughter and cinematic judgment, there is no turning back. Choose wisely.
Oh, you nasty child! Out of my kitchen! Take that thing off your face. Who said you could go wandering around? I thought you had to go to the bathroom. I'm sorry, Mrs. Tredoni. Probably frightened her half to death. Now go inside and sit down and try to act like a lady.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Monster Madness, a podcast dedicated to all sorts of creature features and beyond. My name is Erika Gwynn, and I am here to welcome you yet again to the show. Joined with me are two dudes who, they know better than to get close to Father Tom. We have Daniel Gwynn.
I would not be going anywhere near that priest.
And Matt Stein.
I spent a lot of time near priests.
Same.
I went to a Catholic school. It's legitimate. Well, you had nuns, because yours was all women's.
Yeah, no, we had priests. Shout
Really?
out Father Kwan.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
As always, before we get into the episode, we have some info to give to you. You can find Monster Madness on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, as well as all other obscure social media platforms. There are a few ways you can support our show if you feel so inclined. For the cost of nothing except a few minutes of your time, you can head on over to Apple Podcasts and give the show a rating and review. That helps others find the show, and it is greatly appreciated, as always, by us. You can also buy merch on tpublic.com or become a Patreon. So, we're begrudgingly getting into this. On this episode, we will be discussing the strange and unusual movie from 1976, Alice, Sweet Alice.
Because we were supposed to record this last Wednesday, and I middlemaned a beer trade. So Kurt gave me this bottle of Pliny the Elder, which is basically cold fermented dog piss. Wrap your head around that one. And I told him that, and he goes, well, you'll just think of me while you're doing your podcast. So he goes, please just give me a shout out. So thanks, Kurt. I'm now going to drink the entire thing so I can get onto my seltzer. So you can continue to do whatever you got to do, and I'll just be over here.
Oh, dear God. So Alice,
He's chugging the whole thing.
Well, you know, sometimes
Boom.
you just
Done.
gotta power through.
Ooh.
I'm not that person. I would just throw it out. But that was pretty. What did you do that?
That was me.
Oh, I didn't see your mouth
No.
move.
That was him, but I also was opening the
You
Smirnoff
did like that
seltzer.
perfect timing. That was good. That was good. So,
Oh, oh God, it tastes like Bacardi.
is that one worse? Do you want to go get something better?
No, I have water. I would just switch to water.
You're like 0 for 2
It's
right
just
now.
downhill.
So, Alice, Sweet Alice premiered on November 13th, 1976 in the United States. It is rated R. It has a runtime of 1 hour, 46 minutes, and it falls into the crime, drama, horror, mystery, and thriller genre. It was directed by Alfred Soule, and it was written by Rosemary Ritvo and also Alfred Soule. It stars Brooke Shields, Rudolph Willrich, Linda Miller, Mildred Clinton, Paula E. Shepard, and Niles McMaster. Those are the main contenders of the film. Some taglines: a story of unnatural love, ... and unnatural death. It's too late for prayers. If you survive this chiller, no nightmare will ever scare you again.
How was it a nightmare?
I mean, there's a serial killer coming at you with a knife, so it's a little scary.
Did she kill that many people to become, I guess?
We'll get into that. Pray for her. Pray is spelled P-R-E-A. Communion is here. This movie had multiple titles. Communion, Holy Terror, Alice, Sweet Alice, The Masked Murders.
Dog shit.
Yep.
That
That's
one.
how you know it sucks, when it's got 10 different titles.
And the last one. If you survive this night, Nothing will scare you again. Wait, was that there? I said that. Oh, okay, pretty much. It was pretty much like the third one. The only one I really like is A Story of Unnatural Love and Unnatural Death. That seemed like the only one that was actually tagline-y.
I think they should have kept it towards the church related because the whole movie's based around the church.
Yeah, but it is about unnatural love and unnatural death. We'll get to that, though. Matt, what is the budget of Alice, Sweet Alice and its multiple titles?
350,000 American dollars.
Still
That's
too
not
much.
bad.
Still too much.
That's way too much.
What year was this done?
1976.
I guess that's a lot then.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I have a very hard time gauging like the price of things. Like, I get why certain movies cost what they cost today, given like CGI and like the amount of work that goes into that. But you look at something like that, so they have to rent a church, potentially rent a house, rent an area of a hospital,
A bunch of abandoned buildings.
and one warehouse. So that's 4 rental properties that they could probably shoot everything within, I'd say, a couple weeks' time.
If they had to rent cameras, you got to pay I hate to use the term talent. You had to pay the people.
I have things to say about the talent.
Got the special effects.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get there, but so $350,000 in 1976 is 1.5, just shy of $1.6 million now.
That's a lot of money. Like, you could do so much with that fucking money. I mean, that's nothing compared to, like, what an Avengers movie would cost, but at the same time, it just seems like a lot. But I digress. Daniel, do you want to tell us about Alice, Sweet Alice?
No.
Before you do that, I just want to tell you that the cost of this movie would equate to 1,151,079 McDoubles.
Ooh.
Do you have like a special website that you can just look that up?
No, I looked up the price of a McDonald's double cheeseburger and then divided it.
Oh,
He did that in
I
his
could
head.
go for one of them.
Oh my god. I had a McDouble and a McChicken, and then I had some fries and a Diet Coke from McDonald's.
How'd it make you feel?
Like fucking trash, but it was delicious.
I gotta be honest, I've never really ventured out on the menu at fast food places too much. Burger King and McDonald's, it's always like double cheeseburger. I've never even had a Whopper. And my brother, because my brother worked at Burger King for like 10 years.
It's like the same thing, just bigger.
Yeah, I've never had a Whopper. I had a Big Mac when I met you, and then we have had our hick dates since then and gotten Big Mac. Oh god, I could go for
Big Mac and a milkshake. Ooh.
Oh no, we had Shamrock shakes, which are disgusting.
Who got you that?
You.
Well, those are good.
No, it tastes like
Around.
fucking liquid toothpaste.
All
Well,
right.
I mean, it's just mint.
Keep your
No, it was just too minty.
keep that to yourself. It was
No, I'm dying on this hill. It's fucking
No, Shamrock
Colgate.
Shakes-
Fucking.
good. Oh, I know where I should have got you the one from Wendy's.
Wow, mommy and daddy
They're
are
very
fighting.
Oh, Wendy's and a Wendy's Baconator. Get at me.
Dude. Do you have the Baconator Pringles out by you?
What?
I've seen them because my fat ass was looking up Pringle flavors the
You're
other
fucking
day.
super pregnant. Like, you can't really, I'm so fat. They're not great.
Does it taste like a Baconator though?
Tastes like fake bacon and beef on a potato chip. I made pickles finally.
I saw.
Yeah, you didn't tell
I
us
saw.
how
How
you're
did it turn
supposed to-
out?
So I'm like 3/4 of the way through the second jar. So the first jar, like I did varying amounts of garlic and dill and onion
Mhm.
in each one to try and figure out like what I liked.
Smart.
Like the weird thing is like, so I made them Saturday and I waited till Monday.
Do they pickle that fast?
Yeah, it's 24 hours.
Oh, okay. I have no
So
idea.
what you do is you boil the brine, you let it sit for 10 minutes, then you dump it and fill it in, and then you close them, and then the heat oxygen like seals them,
Mm-hmm.
and then it just says to wait 24 hours in up to 2 months, and then when they're room temperature, you just throw them in the fridge. So the first one was like, it was good. It got better as I waited a little longer. The second one was one of the ones that I had jalapenos in.
Ooh.
I was hoping that the jalapeno seeds would have made it all spicy. Didn't.
Oh.
So I got crushed red pepper to do it again. Because, like, so friends of ours, they have a garden and they have a fuckload of cucumbers. Literally, I see them probably once a week and they send, like, a grocery bag full of vegetables home to,
That's
like,
awesome.
give the turtle and stuff. So, like, they give us tomatoes and cucumbers and green peppers. And that's I used their cucumbers to make these. Anyways, so this jar was really, really fucking good. I just wished it was kind of spicy. So I still have one of each left. One has a lot of onions in it, so it's starting to turn like red because I use red onions because they're stronger, in my opinion. Like, I'm not upset. Like, I totally want to continue to do it, especially now that I figured out how fucking easy it is.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Look at you. We were talking about homemade stuff earlier. I was talking about
Yeah.
making homemade pasta and stuff like that. And I've always wanted to make homemade hot sauce. So Now you make me want to do pickles.
Yeah, I attempted to start a hot sauce company when I first moved to Appleton.
Why is this just coming up now, years into our
what?
friendship?
Because it was such a fucking horrendous failure. It was a barbecue sauce and hot sauce. It was like a buddy of mine he's like a investor or some shit. I don't know what you even want to call it, developer.
Mm-hmm.
And it was his idea, and him and his wife had like sauce recipes, and I listened, and I was just like, yeah, fucking whatever, what's going on? So the only thing we put into it was the money to incorporate the name.
Which is?
Zombie Q. It had a fucking great name.
I love that. And nothing ever came of it?
No, I don't even talk to them anymore. They had a kid, and that was it.
No.
He's going to, like, 10 years from now, he's going to see it on a store shelf and be like, this was fucking mine!
He just smashes every bottle.
Like, craft sauce and craft barbecue sauce and hot sauce is, like, where it's at right now.
It really is.
So, like, I think if we would have actually pursued it, it would have been rough at first, but we would have been ahead of the game and whatever.
Yeah. Daniel, we might be getting Baconators tomorrow.
There's a new Wendy, right? There's a Wendy's right down the street.
If I eat it now, I won't sleep. Listen,
Oh, yeah.
I ate dinner
Make you
at...
sleep like a baby.
Here's the thing. I ate dinner at like 3 o'clock in prep for tonight because like I overindulge too much at this point and I just get so uncomfortable. Last night I had to lay flat for like 3 hours before I could even fall asleep comfortably.
I walk in, I'm like, you okay? I'm okay.
I was like rubbing my belly.
Yeah.
It's just what happens.
Go to sleep.
Like, it was, like, tough to breathe. I do this shit to myself, and I don't sound that creepy or
No.
labored.
You kidding? You look at me like, get the fuck away.
Because you're always bothering me about something. You always, like, open the door. You're like, did you say something? I'm like, no.
We doing it?
Now that we are done talking about pickles, homemade hot sauces, and failed ventures.
The pickles?
Oh, God, please don't ever quote Dane Cook to me. I don't even know what you said, but I liked it.
It's the pickles in my pussy.
Oh, God, I hate it. I hate it so much.
He's trying to make a comeback.
Yeah, he should go back under the rock that he came from.
Did you ever listen to like how he got started?
Yeah.
No.
He started just doing clubs.
False.
No? They have that.
Hold on. Daniel likes to do this thing.
No, he's got the thing on Netflix
Hold
that
on.
talks
Hold
about
on.
him.
You like to do this thing where you're like, you know what? I don't know anything about this, but I'm going to pretend and shoot my shot, and maybe I'll be right.
I read the article about how he got. how
Let
he
him
lost
tell the
it.
damn story before I cut you.
Every comic technically did that, but the reason that he found success was he was one of the first comedians to utilize MySpace to connect with fans.
That's smart.
So he would do a club, and then he would go home, and then he would respond to every message that he got on MySpace, and that's how he gained popularity. And that's why he was like a big bro comic, because those are the guys that would message him. So yes, you're not wrong. Majority of his success was a result of his willingness to connect with fans.
Ugh.
Are you looking at the Wendy's menu?
They have a bacon jalapeno cheeseburger that sounds delectable.
They just opened a new Wendy's down the street.
Guess what you're bringing me home tomorrow?
Less than 1 mile from our house.
I don't want it right now.
It's next to the
Mama wants
McDonald's.
Wendy's.
Mama, go
I don't-
get it.
I don't know if I can justify, Jesus Christ, 1,000 calories though eating this.
It's for the baby.
Didn't they have a
I
steak?
fucking so when I went to the store yesterday, I saw and I don't think they have them out by you. If they do, I highly recommend it. But they have these frozen pizzas called Lots of Matzahs.
No, I don't think they have them by us.
Okay, so it's just a fucking frozen pizza, but it has a ton of cheese on it. So they had one called Taco Grande, and I kept talking. I was talking to Jack about it. I haven't had a taco pizza in a long time, and it was like when I was in high school. I worked at a place that you don't have Happy Cho's out there, do you?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so they made a taco pizza, and really all it is they would mix like refried beans in the pizza sauce, and then there was like Mexican sausage, not chorizo. It's just like Mexican seasoned sausage, cheese, and then you would bake it, and then when it comes out, it's sour cream on top, and then lettuce, tomato, and then crushed potato, like crushed Doritos.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I was like, fuck, I haven't had a long time. So when I was at the grocery store yesterday, I saw Lots of Matzah. I had a Taco Grande, and I had tomatoes from the vendors here.
I thought you were
and
like, I had 5 of them.
I had five, no. And then I had Greek yogurt instead of sour cream because I prefer that. And then I got a bag of like taco seasoned tortilla chips and just fucking ate the whole thing.
Right.
And then I was so full at the end. I felt so bad about. So you saying 1,000 calories for a Baconator? Like at least you didn't eat an entire bag of potato chips on top of a pizza with Greek yogurt on it.
And then like a couple of days before, 18 egg rolls.
Oh my god, that was so good. 18 hand-rolled egg rolls. I watched her roll them.
With my own tool.
Just salivating.
I thought they used to have a spicy Baconator. I'm mad.
Yeah, just toss some jalapenos on it.
Yeah, but it was different with the cheese.
Did your girlfriend tell you that she found hot sauce she can eat?
Really? Oh wait, no, I did see. She made like I think she Snapchatted that.
Yeah, I fucking bought her 2 bottles. Like, she literally will just put it in a bowl and dip chips in it.
That's the way to go, man.
She wasn't able to eat hot sauce before?
Most of them have, like, tomato sauce or seasonings, and this is literally just vinegar and jalapenos, and then, like, salt and pepper. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I bought her 2, because the same lady has raspberry jalapeno jam.
Yeah, that's
So I got, like, her jam sampler, and then bought her 2 bottles, and just plowed through all the jams. We're really, really off topic here.
Have you ever
That's
had
fine.
beer jam?
No, it sounds terrific.
Oh my god.
You gotta, if you can find stout beer jam, it's delicious.
So when we went on our honeymoon, we went to this
Susan.
place.
Here's a fucking recipe. Sorry, here's a recipe to make beer jam with Guinness.
I think you tried it, but when
Susan, if you're listening, please send this to us.
when we went on our honeymoon, I'll explain.
Who's Susan?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Okay.
When we
Her
Sorry.
name was Susan, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Can we just talk about Susan?
Getting there. When we went on our honeymoon, we went to this place
Have
in
you
the
had a
Adirondack.
Baconator lately?
What?
I'm just fucking with you.
Jesus.
I'm literally messing. All I'm doing right now is messing with you, and your pregnant mind's having a hard time with it.
It is because I just went back to a Baconator and my stomach kind of was just like.
God damn, I want a Baconator. Okay, Susan. Sorry.
So Susan was a lady who owned this place called the Fern Lodge in the Adirondacks in New York, and that's where we went for our honeymoon because we didn't really want to go to like a resort because we're not really those type of people. We wanted to go deep into the mountains and not be bothered because we had been planning a wedding and it's hectic and we just wanted a week to ourselves. And we went there and we basically had this entire mansion, very large house to ourselves because there was like one other couple there, but they checked out basically as soon as we got there and we were alone for like 4 days. But so you have to get lunch and dinner yourself, but every morning breakfast was provided to you by a professional chef. And Susan, asked you how you were and she would chit chat with you, and she had 2 or 3 golden retrievers. She was very nice, but a little bit too invasive. Like she was always just like knocking on your door like, do you guys need anything? It's like, I'm on my honeymoon, I really don't need you here right now.
Susan, I'm balls deep, leave me alone.
I'm not confirming or denying. Basically we kept the do not disturb on as much as possible. But when one breakfast morning, or like the first day that we woke up there, it was like a 3 or 4 course breakfast. Like you get like a little fruit platter, then you get your choice of like a Belgian waffle or an omelet or a this or that, and then you get like a side of whatever bread you want. And she presented this berry beer stout jam that Daniel, I think when he put it in his mouth, it validated the reason that he married me, because he would have never gotten there if he had not. And all of it, like, it was just like...
Daniel took a bite and Evelyn was conceived.
Basically, like, he would not stop talking to her about this for the whole day. I was like, are you on a fucking honeymoon with Susan?
What was the name of this place?
The Fern Lodge.
She eventually gave me like the rest of it, and
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
she
gave me the
Yeah.
beer. She gave me the beer that she made it with. Because remember, she came back with the
Yeah,
growler?
because they
I was like,
they
"Thank you
ask
so
you, do you
much."
like anything special? And Dan was like, stouts. And so she bought him like a 6-pack because when you go there, like it's a little bit.
I found her
What?
name and her email and phone number. Is it creepy if I email her and go, Sharon?
It's Sharon,
Shit.
Sharon,
It's
not
it's
Susan.
Sharon.
I
When I
didn't feel
said it, I
Susan.
was like, wait, we've been calling her Susan.
Yeah,
Sharon.
I was like,
What's
Sharon,
the-
I've been hearing a lot about this stout jam. I need
Sharon, that's it.
Just call her and be like, stout.
some. I've provided a dick pic for validity. Sharon's gonna be like, it's nice. It's nice.
Very nice. I mean, she was a very lovely person, and the home was very, very.
beautiful.
It's amazing. We had I think we got
the honeymoon suite.
Well, no, they're all honeymoon suites, but we got the largest one. I forget what it's
Birch
called.
guest room?
Whichever the largest one
Ah.
is. This one had a jacuzzi in it, and you could walk out into a patio.
The mountaintop lodge with high peaks views?
I don't know.
Oh, that's a separate location. Sorry.
That-
Cedar guest room?
No.
Creekside with under the stairs hot tub? That's also another house that's separate. I don't know why I'm trying to figure this. Oh, the Birch guest room? I'm just looking for the most expensive one.
That might be it. Hold on, I'll look it up.
Or the
right now.
forest guest room.
That's it.
That's it. Fern Lodge, yeah. The forest. It was very lovely.
It was very nice.
How far was it from a grocery store?
Not that
I mean,
far. It was like 45 minutes to get to everywhere.
Everything was within a 45-minute
Oh.
radius. That was the only downside, because like when you book it, they make it seem like it's very, very close to everything, and it's not.
Yeah.
We saw the town where they had the like Olympics, which was really cool because we went to we went near Lake Placid. You can't get anywhere near fucking Lake Placid, just FYI, because it's actually like a community.
Yeah,
and they will shoot on site.
And the lake
What?
that's in Lake Placid is not called Lake Placid. Lake Placid is in a different
But
town.
I want to see where the movie was filmed.
Isn't that messed up?
Yeah, we went to like the Olympic town, which was pretty interesting because you saw like the ski jump. They still have it there. And to see the
luge.
height of that was crazy.
Did you drive up there?
Yeah, we drove. It was 6 hours.
That's actually not that bad.
No, it wasn't, because like when we got engaged in Montauk, New York, and that was an even longer drive. It felt like actually Fern Lodge might have only been 4 hours because Long Island was like 6 hours. But either way, it is a hike, but it's well worth it if you want a few days
beautiful.
in the quiet.
The reason, like obviously if we went there, I would need a grocery store to feed my wife.
You can there's a store in town. Like we went to places.
Yeah, because we got snacks and stuff for our room at
Yeah.
night, because like most of the time we would honestly like either skip lunch and just do dinner because there was like really nice restaurants around, because it was just kind of annoying because like if we went out, we were out for the entire day. But I wanted to hang out at the lodge because you spend so much money, you want to enjoy.
And there's a lot of
Right.
breweries, and we went to a few breweries that are out there.
Yeah, it was nice. I will tell one story and then we will actually talk about Alice, Sweet Alice. I rarely trust Daniel when it comes to my life.
Probably not the thing you should say about the person that you're legally bound to.
Well, no, when it comes to like adventurous things, because he has no fear. Like he's like, we should go on a walk, and it's like on a trail called Death March. So it's just like I don't trust him because he always downplays everything.
It's a play on words.
So it was September, beginning of October when we were there. So it was chilly. It's at least like 15, 20 degrees colder up where we were versus from where we live. And higher altitude, and it's just
Probably
cold.
like his temperature.
I was going to say, it's pretty much in line with where I live, so...
Probably.
Yeah.
And so I was always wearing like a hoodie and a leather jacket and like boots and stuff like that. And they had a boathouse. They have a boathouse at the Fern Lodge. So Daniel's like, let's go out on the canoe. And I'm like, I don't know, babe, those waters look real choppy. And he's like, no, it's fine. Look how smooth right here is. We'll stay right in here and we won't go there because it's like a little enclave, and all the wind will be fine. There's not going to be that much wind. But if we went out there, then it would be a little bit rough. I'm like, okay, fine. So we get in this canoe, which I already don't like that he's in control of the balance of this thing. Because one, I have no balance. And two,
she's holding on to the canoe like...
Oh, it's like a death grip. Like my biggest fear in life is falling in water and drowning. Like I don't like water.
Yep,
I don't
I'm
like
there.
being... It stresses me out. And the fact that this water was like black... I was like on edge, and I'm at the tip of the fucking canoe, and he's in the back, and he's loving life because he's never gotten me to do this. And I'm like, it's our honeymoon. I want to have like fun memories. Don't show him how terrified you are. And it was nice. We're going around and you could see the lodge and all the other houses and stuff like that. And then this motherfucker goes into the choppy water, and I literally was almost in tears.
It's going up and down like...
And he's like, this was might be a bad idea. I'm like, who fucking told us to go out here? Like, what the fuck are you doing? And like, I'm almost crying because I think we're going to flip over and I'm going to drown.
No, I turned it around.
Yeah, he did manage to get us back, but I looked down and I was like, I ain't going on no fucking canoe with you ever again.
You eventually did.
I don't blame you.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
But anyway, do you want to talk about Alice, Sweet Alice, my beloved husband?
Yes, my dear wife.
Gross.
Are we ready?
Yes, we're ready. Please talk about Alice, Sweet Alice.
I want to talk about it.
All right. So this movie takes place in the Garden State, New Jersey, in the year 1961.
Represent?
Can we just talk about Baconators again?
Do they have a special sauce?
New Jersey?
Baconator?
Yeah.
I think so. Sauce on Baconator.
Just one more thing, and then we'll talk about Alice, Sweet Alice.
Signature mayonnaise and ketchup combo.
That's it?
So there's about... Holy shit, did you know that they make sriracha ketchup?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
you
have
put
it in the fridge.
Ketchup and sriracha together, and
It's in the fridge, my man. Got sriracha mayo. I got sriracha mayo.
I haven't gotten the sriracha mayo.
oh my god.
Because I
Ooh.
ran out of Whataburger
So
spicy
hungry.
ketchup. so
Sriracha
I needed
mayo
more.
is like what's on the Big Mac.
That's what's on
No,
sushi.
that's Thousand Island and mayo.
I'm salivating.
Sorry, I think ketchup and mayo sounds like that's what's on the Baconator. You know, you can just make a Baconator at home, right?
Yeah, but it's not the same. It's not as unhealthy.
You could call it an
and-
Ericanator.
I don't want to be referred to as anything but that.
Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm still gonna call you Erifuck.
That's fine. All right, I'm sorry. Please tell
Yeah,
me.
I'll stop. I
Well,
promise.
we're done. No more.
I'll mute myself for now.
So this movie takes place in the Garden State, which is New Jersey, and the year is 1961. Alice, a young girl who is 12 years old, lives with their mother, Catherine, and her younger daughter, Karen, who is 10 years old. Their father, Dominic, is divorced from Catherine and has recently remarried. Catherine and the girls live in an apartment, and their lives are very much centered around the Catholic Church and Catholic school. Both Karen and Alice go to the Catholic school, and the students wear a bright yellow raincoat that you see throughout the movie. The movie takes place around her first Holy Communion, and it seems that Alice is jealous of the attention that Karen is getting because it appears that she has emotional problems by wearing masks and trying to scare her sister and so forth. So that's just the beginning of the movie.
I'm glad I don't have those type of emotional problems. Can we just talk? I'm really not trying to call this bitch out, but the girl that plays Alice, they couldn't have cleaned her one tooth.
Oh, that one in the...
That bugged
Yeah.
the shit out of me throughout the entire movie. $1.5 million and you couldn't get like a little whitener for that fucking brown tooth?
Couldn't spend $45 to clean a bitch's tooth.
Or just like put some white out on it, for fuck's sake. Like, it was
That
so...
really bothered you?
It bothered the shit. Okay.
How
I
about
underst-
the other guy that bothered... The one guy bothered me. But I
the-
think
the
he's supposed to.
Yeah, the pervert. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
supposed to bug you.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I gotta say it now since you brought him up. As soon as he came on the screen, Dan's like, "Look at that fucking piss stain."
Yeah,
That's the point, bud.
He was so offended by
Ugh.
it.
Yeah.
Continue. I'll talk more about the brown tooth later.
So Alice, Catherine, and Karen then visit the priest, Father Tom, at the rectory and discuss Karen's upcoming First Holy Communion. Alice startles the rectory housekeeper, Mrs. Tredidoni, by wearing a bizarre translucent mask that's kind of like, would you say it's a clown mask?
No, I think it's like a baby doll mask.
Baby doll mask? Oh,
More
it's
so.
It's like a translucent mask that you can see, and it's, it's kind of painted and
Apparently, that was like a super popular...
mask back then?
Yeah. Like, that was like a thing. Like, these clear plastic masks that had like makeup on them to look like a doll or look like a monster. It was just like a thing. I mean, you know.
Yeah. So Alice is wearing
Yeah.
this mask. She's kind of like scaring people. She's terrorizing her sister Karen by stealing her doll and running out of the house. And they run to an abandoned building that's like an old factory. And while inside the building, Alice frightens Karen with the mask and briefly locks her in a room alone, threatening to never return her doll. Later, she tells her mother about the incident in the family apartment.
Yeah, no.
Nothing?
No, I got nothing.
Oh, okay.
Are we done yet?
So
Yeah.
close. So close.
So later on, then eventually we get to the communion. So Catherine's getting her daughter ready for her first Holy Communion. Things go astray in the church. They're kind of like wondering where Alice is, and eventually there's a murder that takes place in the church. Alice's sister gets stabbed. Oh no, she doesn't get stabbed right away. She gets put into. She doesn't get stabbed
She
at all.
didn't get stabbed at all.
She gets put into
She gets strangled.
what is it? She gets put into the pew? Is it a pew
It's like
chair?
a it's like a container filled with like blankets and stuff. Like it's like a storage thing.
She gets put into the blanket chest, and then she's lit on fire. And then
There has been a murder.
yeah, she's been murdered, and why she was murdered, she drops her, what the heck is it?
Veil?
The veil.
Tiara.
I was about to say tiara. She drops her veil. Alice picks it up and then goes to the front of the communion, and where they're all receiving, holy
Holy macaroni, is that what you're
That's what I was
going
about to say. I was gonna say holy macaroni.
Holy the seventh title of Alice, Sweet Alice. Holy macaroni. That's so good. Holy communion.
Holy communion. And they realize that it's Alice, and there's smoke now coming out of the back room. So that's the end of that scene.
It always, because I went to Catholic school my entire life up until, my senior year of high school. And when I went to church on the weekends with my dad and all that stuff, I never sat there, like when I went up for communion when I was able, and like open my mouth to have some stranger put a wafer in my mouth. It made me like I like the germaphobe in me was like, nah, bro. And I always put my hand out, and every time I would see like other people just be like, like, wait.
Like in the movie.
Yeah,
I know you've expressed your hatred, but
Yeah.
yo, move, holy man.
Wait, what?
Dane Cook, as you put your
Oh,
tongue
God.
out and your hand up, he just goes, yo, move, holy man.
Okay, see, that's funny. That one's funny.
Yeah.
The pickles thing just makes me
So-
uncomfortable.
I was kind of confused because if she's older, hasn't she already done like this on her own?
It seems like
Like, did they just like, oh, she's not
Well,
Catholic, this one?
no,
Like,
no,
she's
I
like
think-
just.
I think
Just-
what was offending the mother and the aunt and other people who were like, what the hell is she doing? Is because that specific moment was for them, for the children that were receiving the sacrament for the first time. And then she just randomly appears and she's like, Father
they make
Tom,
it-
ah.
Yeah, they make it seem like maybe she's not part of the church. Like she's just.
No, she
there.
is. She's just like inserting herself in a time that it's not
Okay.
her time. I
Yeah.
mean, when we did Holy Communion, because like I remember my Holy Communion was fucking hot as balls that day, and I remember like the kids went up and we received the sacrament and everybody's like, hell yeah, Jesus. But then I believe
Jesus is tight as fuck.
but yeah, no, when after I received the sacrament, I remember they then allowed the everybody else to come up, or they like were doing it in the back. I don't know. I guess just for the time's sake, they weren't going to be like, all right, all 50 people are going to get these wafers, but whatever. The only thing I remember from a communion, there was this kid sitting next to me who I don't remember his name at all. I think it may have been Brian. I don't remember, to be
Probably
honest with you.
Steve.
No, there was a nasty kid who had boogers in his nose all the time named Steve. He was disgusting.
I
Booger Boy
boogers
Steve.
my nose all the time, too. I was born that way.
But like right at the edge. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm going to
Ugh.
gag. But I remember our one priest had a service dog, and it was before like you really knew what a service dog was, but he always had his golden retriever with him at all times.
Was he
And-
blind?
No, he
Oh.
just always had him with him,
So
and
he's-
everybody loved him. His name was I went to a church called St. Bartholomew's, so the dog's name was Bart. We all loved Bart. He was just, we would be in school and all of a sudden you just see Bart running around the school just like playing, because we had a very small school. But I remember the kid Brian next to me, and in communion you're all wearing stark white. Like I was in a white dress, all the boys were in white, tuxedo type things, white suits. Bart went up to the kid that was sitting next to me and slobbered all over him and ruined his white suit in the middle of everything. But like the kid didn't care, but I remember the parents like freaking out. They were so pissed. I'm like, oh, well, whatever. But yeah, you can continue. I'm done.
So a nun notices the smoke coming from the back and discovers Karen's body. She screams, summoning the rest of the people in the church. Annie, who is Karen's sister?
Yes. Wait. Yes.
Yeah. So Annie comes in and sees she's Annie is Karen's aunt. So,
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah. So Annie sees Karen's body and
Karen's a dead girl.
and immediately tells Catherine that her daughter is dead. Catherine, of course, breaks down crying, and Alice slips Karen's veil into her pocket, and then the scene ends there. So eventually they have the funeral for her sister. They come back to the house. Catherine insists that Alice is going to stay home and be kind of homeschooled for the moment, and Annie gets, upset with her and argues about that. Annie obviously dislikes her and accuses her of the murder. And Annie points out that, the fact that Alice was wearing the veil and that she had the veil is that she most likely, killed her sister. Catherine doesn't want to hear anything about it. They kind of get in a little fight, and they insist that, she'll talk to her and see what happens, maybe see like a therapist or see some help to see if they can figure out what actually happened with Alice.
Yeah, because Alice has a bunch of trouble at school. Clearly, throughout the whole first few minutes of the movie, she's arguing with her mother, arguing with her sister. There's a lot of tension. Alice, you feel bad for her, honestly. They make her out to be like this really disliked girl for seemingly no reason. So it's kind of like a domino effect. Like if she's treated so shitty at home, like this asshole kid who does nothing right, she's constantly critiqued. She's the oldest sister. She has all this pressure on her to do this, but her sister Karen is this perfect little girl, blah, 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 and is doted on and put on this pedestal. Then yeah, I can understand why she would act out and have issues at school and want to have a light shed on her for once.
And you also got to remember, it's also hard to keep track of all the kids in this movie because they literally wear the same exact outfit.
Well, there's only 2 kids and one of them's dead.
Yeah, but you also have the other kids from, through the Holy Communion.
Yeah, you have the one cousin who they just label as the fat cousin, which is very non-PC, which is really rude. And then they start blaming her for the murder.
Call them Husky.
The husky cousin.
Yeah.
And then there's one boy, and then that's about it.
So while Catherine's having this conversation with her sister, she tells Alice to take the rent check downstairs to the landlord.
Ugh.
Let's see if I can get this name right. Mr. Alfonso?
Yep.
Who lives in the one lower apartment below them. Alfonso is a very large man.
Yes.
And is extremely obese and living in the apartment full of kittens. He's got old music playing on a record player. And he's, feeding his cats. He's eating snacks, and he is a mess.
He looks genuinely disgusting. He definitely has BO. All of his clothes are stained. A very large piss stain in the front.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel bad, even saying stuff like that, because apparently this isn't questions of the day or anything, but just a fact, not a fun fact, because it's sad. That actor was a bouncer at a gay club in, I think New Jersey or New York, one of the surrounding areas. And for whatever reason, the director was like, yeah, you should be in my movie. And he was in this movie and one other horror movie. And one day he was going through a turntable at a hotel, and he got stuck because of his size. And I think the fire department had to get called and stuff like that to get him out. And it was a story in the newspaper, and that depressed him so bad that he committed suicide.
So Alice is now making fun of the landlord and calling him Fatso, and she's holding the check away from him. The landlord is now kind of making fun of her, saying, I know you had something to do with murder. He's also talking to her about, he's saying that he knows about her shrine in the basement. That's kind of a little creepy, that she's got this old box and it's just masks and people's toys that she looks like she probably stole from other kids or her sister.
Probably.
And then he does something else that's pretty creepy. He tries to make a move on Alice.
Yeah, because he's a pedophile.
Yeah, he's definitely a pedophile, and that triggers Alice to get out of that situation and leave.
How did she get out of that situation, Daniel? Do you not remember? She fucking kills his cat.
Yeah, she did kill his cat.
That'll help.
Yeah, she killed his cat. I think she crinkled up the check and threw it, and that kind of made him mad because he was like, I can't. He was all mad that it was all wrinkled, but he was upset about the cat being dead.
No, wrinkle, take this check now that you've wrinkled through the numbers.
Yeah, that's what he said.
My cat.
I actually don't even know if that's what he said, but no.
I have no idea.
Kind of.
No, I just remember him saying oh my God, you killed my cat.
Yeah.
But I didn't think she killed the cat. She just had
I think she kind of choked it. She,
I don't know what
choked
she
it out
did.
and threw it.
But obviously no cats were harmed in the making of this film.
Fucking A right.
So, meanwhile, while all this is going on, there's now detectives, of course, investigating Karen's murder. So they summon Alice to be talked to at the parish, and Dominic visits the police station to discuss Karen's case. He becomes hostile with the detective Brennan, and suggests that he would like to question Alice about the murder. He phones the rectory to talk to Father Tom, who then is apparently familiar about the phone call, but is intercepted by Miss Tredoni, who is fiercely protective of the priest and the elderly priest that is there. And Tom picks up on the extension and says, don't worry, I'll talk to him. And they talk more about, Alice and her emotional issues and what's going on at the school.
Yeah, that's like another weird thing. Like the dad, they make it out like the dad is, like the mom is like, daddy's on a trip type deal. There's still pictures of her and the dad in the house and all this other stuff. But daddy has a whole other family.
I think with kids too, right?
I don't know about kids. I just know that he's remarried. Like he has another wife.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But it's just like, there's a lot of emotional turmoil amongst this family.
Yeah. But at the same time, it seems like he's also getting back with his ex.
I think they're both grieving because their daughter was brutally murdered, and feelings arise.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's right, but these hoes ain't loyal.
Mm-hmm. So after that, Alice then goes into her basement shrine, and then you find out that she has a weird large jar of cockroaches, and she starts feeding them. And she's playing with. No, I don't have one of them.
Yeah, me neither do I. I'm just asking for a friend.
And then she has a creepy two-headed doll. Was it two? It looked like a two-headed doll, right?
It's a two-faced doll. Basically, you can twist the head. Like if you put a bonnet, it's supposed to have a bonnet on it. The baby can be happy, and then if you want to pretend that the baby's sad, you could twist the head.
Oh, this thing looks like it's been through the ringer.
It's an old doll.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty nasty. And then Alice puts on her mask, and that's the end of the scene for that.
Da-da-da.
But next scene, you see a mystery figure, wearing the yellow rain jacket, the mask, and it's creeping around hallways. Annie goes to leave, and she's attacked by that person.
She gets
and
fucking
she starts
knifed
getting
in the
stabbed.
kneecap.
I think she got stabbed in the kneecap and the neck, right?
That's what I just said.
You said the kneecap, but she also got stabbed multiple places.
She got stabbed mainly in the legs, I believe. But that part, I was like, oh damn, outwardly said it because she full on right in the goddamn kneecap.
So she tries to grab for the killer. The killer runs down to the landing, looks back up. And before the killer can run away, Mr. Alfonso looks out the door and screams and says, there's the killer. And, the detective's outside. So he sees somebody run outside. He eventually starts, chasing this person down. No, it's not the detective. It's the dad.
I don't remember any of that. I just remember the girl crawling in blood and the sister finding her. And then the detective and the dad pull up in the car and they get her to the hospital. I don't remember a chase scene. I could have blacked it out.
No, Dominic pulled up at the same time.
The donkey?
Dominic the donkey.
Hey, honey. I don't recall.
Dominic and Father Tom happen to pull up in the same car.
Father Tom.
Yeah. And Catherine rushes to Annie to the hospital. Dominic goes into the building to look for the person. He's attacked by the killer. While Dominic goes into the building to look for the person, he's attacked.
Oh, the dad?
Dominic, yes.
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
He's attacked in the building because then they go over to on the top floor and he gets pushed out that huge door.
Yeah, but I think there's something there's a hospital scene that's missing. It's fine. It's really not that important. Basically, Daddy get killed.
Daddy got.
No, Alice is still at the hospital at this point.
Are you guys gonna fight again? Oh, it makes me uncomfortable when you fight.
I don't remember. No, I'm trusting him. I don't remember. Because at this point, I was already checked out.
I was very checked out of this movie. You're saying things I don't even remember happening.
Yeah, because the dad dies. And then what eventually happens is at the hospital, Catherine tries to get Annie to recant her story about being attacked by Alice, but Detective Cranston shows up to question Annie.
Cranston!
Jesus Christ, that scared the shit out of me as I was looking at the Wendy's menu again.
And she becomes hysterical, screaming that Alice was the one who stabbed her. They bring Alice into the police station to question her, and they give her a lie detector test. Although Alice does not implicate herself, she gives a number of strange responses. One of the things that she lies about is she reveals that Alice believes that Karen is the one who attacked Aunt Annie. Alice resents being questioned, even lashing out at the lie detector machine, throwing it onto the floor. and then they leave her alone.
Oh, she kind of does like a real dick move. She just like stares at the lie detector test giver and just like slowly pulls the cord, and she's just like a fucking cat. Like, I'm gonna break this shit. It made me laugh. I'm like, that's just like such a dick kid move.
Agreed.
Like, you want to fucking make me do this
So
with my brown tooth?
So she didn't really fail or pass the lie detector's test. So they
No, she
couldn't.
failed some of the stuff.
Yeah, but they don't think that she's the killer.
She was
because
deceptive for sure.
Yeah. So although they couldn't charge her with anything for Karen's murder or Annie's slashing, they feel that maybe she's responsible for something. They feel that she needs a psychology evaluation. So Catherine and Dominic are furious, but they try to make the best of it. They visit Alice at the hospital together, discussing the case with the doctor who examines Dr. Whitman. Dr. Whitman's evaluation seems, daunting, suggesting that Alice is, has mental issues and refuses Alice to be released. So then Dominic and Catherine have a moment back at the apartment.
Dominic was dead.
Dominic is not dead.
He lives through us all.
Okay, continue. It's fine. Continue. I'm not critiquing. I'm just. You did say he was dead.
Did I mess up?
No, you didn't mess up. Whoever wrote that synopsis messed up.
They put
fine.
it out of order. It's out of order.
It's totally fine.
I don't even know what day of the week it is.
No, they had it out of order. So now you find out because Dominic.
Neon.
He gets a phone call. They get the phone call. He answers the phone. And it's a little girl asking him to, come to the abandoned building. So he gets to the abandoned building. He sees the girl running around, doing like the whole between the door thing, like, yeah, going around the doors. And Dominic is then, murdered by the person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As he's being stabbed, he pulls off the mask.
Pretty cruelly, too. She beats him in the face with a shoe.
Yeah.
That,
I think she hit him with a brick too, right?
He had it coming.
Yeah, and then she rolled him slowly.
Yeah, she's rolling him slowly
out
up
the
to that
window.
big ass door. And then you realize because he takes off the mask of the person who it really is, and it's freaking Mrs. Turdoni.
That was a twist.
So that was the big twist.
She would have gotten away with
Yep.
it too if it wasn't for those damn kids.
So Mrs. Turdoni, she was all like, the priest is mine type thing.
Yeah, she's obsessed with Father Tom.
Yeah.
She wants Father Tom.
So she was all fine and happy until they eventually, there's now like almost like a party at the priest's house where everybody goes to have the dinner. And this is the end of the movie because she starts going on that killing spree.
Yeah, you really can just skip over a lot of other bullshit because it's kind of just redundant because it's just like, oh, she killed this person, then she killed this person.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she's basically fucking obsessed with Father Tom. Her daughter died when she was receiving or about to receive her first communion, and it like traumatized her. So now anybody who gets close to Father Tom gets a knife in the fucking face.
Yep. And at the end, Alice picks up the knife and hides it.
True, because Alice is a little klepto. So basically, there's this huge like ending scene where they're in the middle of mass, and I think Father Tom is giving out communion, and she just like freaks out. Mrs. Turdoni, I don't remember her name.
Yeah, it's Mrs. Turdoni.
Okay, I just want to make sure I was pronouncing it right. She like freaks out and has a complete conniption. She goes to try to receive communion, and I believe at this point they realize that she's the killer.
Mm-hmm.
And Father Tom's like, gonna be okay, basically, like, just, whatever. And she goes apeshit and slits his motherfucking throat. Didn't expect that one. That was a little shocking. And then, they take her down. Alice, being the klepto that she is, picks up the knife. So you're gonna assume that Alice is gonna take the reins of the killing, but like, 'cause she is disturbed to a degree, but I don't think she was close to the level of murderous, but I think that may have pushed her over the edge. So that's basically the end of the movie. So now that we are done talking about the movie and Baconators and...
Are we really done talking about Baconators, though?
Never. I'll never be done talking about Baconators until I have one, probably tomorrow, and then I'm grossly disappointed in my remembrance of them.
Can we do a Baconator copycat
What do you mean?
competition? Maybe?
Like a Pinterest fail?
No, like we each make a Baconator copycat, put out pictures, and then like the 6 people that listen to this can vote on whose looks better.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Going down.
So now that we are done talking about the episode, we're going to move on to questions of the damned. So, Daniel, you get the first question because I feel like it. Are you ready?
Yep.
Where does this movie take place? Trenton, New Jersey? Camden, New Jersey, or Patterson, New Jersey?
Patterson. 'Cause I've been to the other two places. I know that shit ain't there.
Damn it. All right, Matthew. How many takes did the shoot before? Oh my god.
How many takes is like to the center versus the pop? 1, 2, 3.
His pop. That's all I heard.
That's fine.
How many takes did they shoot before they perfectly captured the knife landing on the railing? Do you remember that scene?
No, but I can still make a guess.
Okay, so it was, I believe when Dominic got stabbed in the shoulder, the killer was running up the stairs, or running away. She dropped the knife, it fell down the stairwell and landed perfectly on the railing.
Well, as much as I appreciate you explaining it to me, that's not going to change the fact that this is purely a guess.
It was more for the listeners, motherfucker.
I love you, listeners.
Okay, 20 times, 35, or 50 takes.
35.
Daniel, would you like to steal?
Yeah. What's the
20, 35, or 50?
20?
Daniel,
Yes.
how many prop knives did they use during filming? 1, 3, or 7?
3.
7.
They literally only had one knife. All right, Matthew, what was the body count in this film? 3, 4, or 5?
5? Damn it, that's not the answer I wanted to say.
Come on, Daniel, you gotta answer quicker. You can't just count in your head.
3.
Alright, good. You know what's even worse is I originally wanted to say 4, but I'm drunk, so...
There you go. I know where you're at.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, Daniel, last question.
Mm-hmm.
Who influenced Alfred Soule, the director, when making this film? Stanley Kubrick, Alfred Hitchcock, or Orson Welles?
Hitchcock.
Oh, I would have said Orson Welles.
Very good job, Daniel. Look at you. Look at you.
I would like to remind... I think I was the only one that hit a straight clean sweep ever.
You just can't let that go, can you?
It just happened! From the amount of time that we recorded, though, it was a very long time ago, but...
Yeah, time is no concept. Alright, now that Questions of the Damned is done, Daniel is our reigning victor this week.
Victorious.
Yeah, so now we're going to move on to Yay, Nay, or Slay. I have a pretty good guess of where everybody stands. I'll go first, as usual. I'm going to go with a nay on this one. I'm not necessarily mad that I watched it, but I really wouldn't recommend it to, I would say, people in like my circle, because I know what kind of movies they vibe with and stuff like that. I would probably recommend this movie to someone like my dad, who is a really big fan of like this type of movie. But I'm gonna go with nay. Didn't really hate it, didn't really love it. I'm gonna delete it off my Plex. Should abolish it from all cinema? No, but at the same time, it's not like really my cup of tea. I get why it was made, the story behind it, and all this other stuff. But, you know, the brown tooth really got me down. I just couldn't get over it. It fucking bothered the shit out of me. Daniel?
I'm going with Slay.
Ooh.
Because I did not like this movie. At all. And we're going to be taking it off the Plex.
Already deleted.
Yeah, and here's an odd fact that I realized when reading stuff and writing up some notes. Did you know she was, 19 years old? The main actor?
Do you remember that I told you this fact?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Boom. Yeah, the girl who's supposed to play 12-year-old Alice was actually a 19-year-old woman.
Yeah, isn't that odd?
Wow.
I don't know if they had, like, if she's just, like, a very short girl, or if, like, they had people standing on boxes next to her. I understand why they chose an adult, because there were obviously a lot of adult elements in the film. Murder, gore, pedophilia.
Yeah.
That one, I cannot imagine any actor would be comfortable, like, snuggling his face in the neck of a 12-year-old, hopefully. So I get why they... I don't know what that noise was.
Is that the cat?
No, I was like,
That cat, oh god, But yeah, I get why they chose a 19-year-old. It was just surprising to me because she genuinely didn't look 19. But
That tooth did.
tell us of your hatred, Matthew.
We don't got time for that.
Yay, nay, or slay?
Fucking kill yourself, Alice, sweet Alice.
I'm gonna go with a slay.
There's
for
a
that
breakfast baconator?
one. Oh, here we go.
Oh, shit.
We've lost Matt to the Baconator. And we lost this whole episode to Baconators. Let's be real here. We wanted to talk about food more. I'm very hungry, so we're going to end this episode with 2 slays, 1 nay, because again, forever this mild optimist in me, I have to give movies a chance. There's only a handful I'll probably slay the hell out of. But yeah, thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope you got some laughs out of it. I sure did. So enjoy your morning, afternoon, evening. We hope it's filled with delicious foods. Yeah. Bring back the spicy Baconator. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Smoke crack and worship Satan.
What is it? What did she do to you now? Are you all right?
She took it. She's going to break it. I had it all wrapped up and she took it.
What did she take?
She took my doll, the doll Daddy sent me. She's going to break it. I know she is.
No, she won't. I promise you she won't break it. Honey, I have to get to Sellers before they close. You want me to get your dress, don't you?
Yes.
Okay.